I still can't believe that it happened, but it is the reality that Luka and AD have traded places, and that fantasy ramifications are to be felt. The Professor Andre Snellings and Aaron Atida here to figure out what exactly that means. So Dre, Luka and LeBron on the same team, extremely similar in their prototype and in their stats. What does that mean for them in the fantasy world?
So for Luka in particular, I don't think it changes very much. They've already come out and said this is Luka's team. Yeah. So I think he's going to be the man, the one with the ball in his hands. For LeBron, that means that for the first time since the Miami days, he's moving off the ball, maybe fewer points and assists, but a higher field goal percentage.
Do you see that you need to get off of any of these players on your lineup right now?
I wouldn't get off of. So in Luka's case, he's been out of the lineup for a while.
Yeah.
So him coming back is going to be a boon for whatever team he's on. For LeBron, it's all about health. If he stays healthy, he'll still be a very productive fantasy player.
Yeah, and on that note, until Luka does come back and is completely healthy, how those two will be sharing the rock is the biggest question. Anthony Davis is also on his way back from an injury. How do you look at his numbers as he now plays alongside Kyrie Irving?
I think this is really going to help him. I think that, LeBron and AD meshed, but Kyrie is a pure point guard, and he's a shooter. So their pick and roll, pick and pop game is going to be lethal. I think AD goes from already top 10 player to maybe even closer to top 5.
I honestly see major upside right now in Anthony Davis's numbers when he gets on the mend. This does unclog that lane a little bit for him. On your point right there with him and LeBron using that ball, it's going to be a major piece to see how everything is going to be moving forward. Another piece that did move on, De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs. Very interesting here.
Yes.
How do you see the fantasy fallout there?
So I think that it's good for Fox because he was on a talented lineup in Sacramento. Now he's going to play off of Wemby, and all of the eyes will still be on Wemby, which means that Fox is going to be operating against imbalanced defenses. I look for big numbers from Swiper to Fox.
I know that it's hard to look for another upside on his numbers, but are we going to expect that from Victor Wembanyama?
I think so, because defenses are going to have to pay more attention to Fox than they are to Chris Paul at this point in his career.
Yeah.
So that means that Wemby should also be facing defenses that have to pay attention to someone else.
Exactly, and if you have any of the other guards in San Antonio, this could be time to kind of dump them out. Chris Paul, like you said, Stephon Castle, and maybe even Devon Vassell. They're going to have their touches drop massively at this point. But if you guys need more fantasy insight, make sure to head on over to espn.com/fantasy. He's got a fantastic article on the recent trade fallout for more of that. He's Andre Snellings. I'm Aaron Atida, wishing you all a GG on your fantasy week.